gosh. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. And in order to see the chats. Okay. So am I live now? Oh my goodness. It was fine. Okay, so was it just my face or did it actually show talking? I mean, like, was I talking? Yay. Okay. The only problem that I have is I'll have to learn to deal with the delay. And when the chat shows up on the other from when I'm actually talking. Okay. This is a test. And what I want to know is how is my sound? I know, Seeker, you've been on other streams that I've been on, and I got some new microphone and I'm wearing my earbuds. So I'm wanting to see how it sounds to you guys. Is it much better? Much worse? And it, like I said, it takes a few seconds for me to get the response. And I'm glad it's just me and you in here, Seeker. So we can check this out. It is early. Oh, so it's much better. Good. All right. Let's talk about some stuff here. Since I'm live at 7:30 a.m. on this glorious May 8th, beautiful Tuesday morning. Woke up watching some Jimmy Jams. It's always a good place to start. Puts you in a really good mood, sets the tone of the day. But I've noticed that I have the moon in the sky during the daytime and the nighttime. And that's odd. It makes me think, oh my gosh, on the other side of the world, are they completely in darkness since we have the moon day and night? How fair is that? Uh-oh, there's a third one in the room. Uh-oh. And this is just me. I have no buffer person. I will work out with getting to know people better and interacting. And I want to share some personal testimony. And I know I told Jams I'm going to make a video this morning, and I am. It seems like, either like when I'm showering or swimming or sleeping, these things come through and it ends up giving me the topics. And then I just turn on my phone and record and let it fly. And hopefully people get the messages that, or it resonates with them the way that it is intended to. Every message that I do is intended for everybody. There is no specific group. I know that the Bible talks about the 144,000. Well, if we think about the 144,000, from what I've been through it started like ramping up big time in 2012 until present. And then, but actually in 2001, I started having dreams and visions. And I went to the doctor because, I'm trying to raise children. I have a full-time job. I was actually working up to 3 jobs at one time, 2 at home, and then I took on one at this local bowling alley doing their bookkeeping while I was a office manager at another business full-time because I was trying to provide for my family. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. So the doctor said, okay, you've got night terrors. Here, take this pill. It makes the dreams go away. And it was like, okay, we gave you 11 years. Wake up. And I got smacked across the face. But what I'm seeing and what seems to be going on with people is everybody goes through their steps when it's right for them. And the Bible talks about the wilderness journey. Christ himself had his wilderness journey after his baptism. So how could we think that we are above him and not go through the same things as he did? I mean, wow, what a role model, the things that he's revealed to us. It's just amazing. So we're definitely not above him. Oh my gosh, when we see him, we will be like him. But that doesn't take away the revelation when you pop out of that wilderness of how beautiful and wonderful and perfectly made that everybody is. I didn't get lucky to be born in the right country that worships the right God. I know this ruffles a lot of the Christian faith people's feathers, but even the Bible itself, if you look at the Old Testament and the New Testament, it's defining almost, you could look at it as us, the judgmental, mean, and wrathful God, this is what I'm going to make my video about later, Jimmy Jams. So to put that out there, I'm just discussing it with you guys now. Oh yeah, the owl is looking. I love my owl. So the Old Testament Bible, the Old Testament God is a very judgmental, bloodthirsty, wrathful God. And you think about, I think about where I was at. I was judging all things. I was gapping myself away from certain experiences, putting labels on everything as this is good, this is bad. Stay away from this. Don't touch that. Don't have that experience. Well, when Christ was here, he went after the tax collectors, the prostitutes, ones that the righteous, as Trey Smith did a video about the righteous people, and he was pulling on his shirt. The righteous ones, they're the ones running around judging everybody, and they think they're better than everybody else. They're holier than thou. They cast judgments. They look down on other people. But that reminds me of the Old Testament God, okay? And then you look at the New Testament God, the new covenant. You pop out of your wilderness journey and realize the equality in everybody, the beauty in everybody, the unlimited potential. And realize, guys, that we all have these gifts within each and every one of us. We're just not knowing that we're using them. Think about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Okay. When you're born into life, you're learning, you're experiencing. I think we have all that intact when we're little. Then we start to go to school and all these rules and boundaries and boxes and everything we get put into, including religion. And then, you have to almost, when it talks about repenting. Well, if you were that God that was that judgmental, harsh taskmaster, then the repenting would be that you are sorry. You're pleading to God for your own silliness, the things that you did to other people when you weren't aware of, that you were doing them. I mean, but you become aware. You become aware of how mean and cruel that you could have been to different people at different times in your life. Um, and then the renewing of the mind comes in, and then you realize that everything, even whether you were a victim or you were the perpetrator, everything is an experience. And by those experiences, we broaden out, we learn, we grow, we expand. If I wasn't homeless and hungry, I wouldn't have the gratitude I have in my heart for the blessings that I have now. So it's like the lower lows, you can experience the higher highs. It's a beautiful thing, guys. And now I look at it from the perspective of it's a dance that we all do, and Christ himself told us, what's going to be the sign of the end of this duality of, Pisces. He said to follow the water bearer. Guys, we're at the dawning of a new age, the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing. People are so fast to put labels on things and taboo it and step away from it. And that's sad because you're denying yourself the very experience that you're here to have. I am not going to judge anybody. I see the beauty in everybody now, and it's wonderful. Now, I will use discernment. If something is, makes me uncomfortable, or, somebody's like, if I turn around, they're stabbing me in the back, well, I'm going to distance myself from those people because that's my sovereignty. That's my right. I have that very right within me, just like everybody else does. So it's it's a dance that we're doing. We are making discernment without judgment. So if you've got that person that just gets under your skin and causes so much trouble, well, just walk away. Give them no more thought. Give them none of your energy. I give a lot of tools in my channel on, helping yourself up out of these pits we fall into. I give testimony of many of the very things that I fell into. So in order to help other people, if they're willing to take the wisdom that I'm offering, they're willing to take the knowledge from my experience and my testimony. But if they're not, it's okay. It's okay for them to go through their experience, their wilderness journey. But I'm seeing people that don't have the religious dogma like be into them, just popping up into their gifts, their abilities, without having all those filters. Now, I have to say, we all have filters. All of us have filters. They're built into us from, when our parents are first telling us, no, don't stick your finger in that light socket. But that's discernment. We got to know the difference between because they're telling you that because they love you. They're not telling you that because they're casting a judgment on you. See the difference? Okay, let me see what you guys got going on in the chat. Yes, Seeker's right. I am practicing with my new equipment. Dom's thing says he says it sounds good. So the owl's looking at you. That the owl is my it's Magi. Magi watching over you. When I think about that man, he was in the right place at the right time to really set me up on my feet so I can gain some traction and go for it. Who? The one who really needs him. Okay. Don't know good. Yes, don't know good without bad. Okay. Is that Southern? I'm sorry, I'm digging at your accent, but you know what? I have no room to talk because I was born in California and I spent 20 years in Oklahoma and I picked up a little accent myself and now I'm back in Cali and yeah, the Calis are like, you got an accent. So it's like, okay. I can deal with that. YouTube has filters for sure. Yes. I have noticed that there's some people that were on, and I would watch them, and they were like news shows, but I can see where the copyright was coming in. They didn't have press passes. They weren't actually doing the investigation. What they were doing was taking news stories, and they were putting themselves out as a news program instead of an educational program. Put yourself up as an educational program, you're allowed to then critique and think for yourself. It's all about knowing what category to put your videos under. But this one guy, he would take the news and like totally put judgments and pick it apart terribly. Just, oh, and then when I read scripture, and I was like, oh, it hurts my ears to hear scripture come out of the mouth of some man that's just totally judging and being what I call it, the harsh taskmaster. Watch that video, guys, if you haven't. It's just, yeah. I'm like 5 minutes behind. Yes, because I have pulled it up on another channel. I didn't know how to go live straight from YouTube, so I had to go through Hangouts. And Jams, I think you know how to go straight live from YouTube, and maybe you can help me with that if you get some time. So I had to go through Google Hangouts. I know that right now you're not allowed to use Google Hangouts. So that means you know how to go straight from the, clicking go live to going live straight from YouTube. I tried to do that, and all it did was took a picture of me, and then you couldn't really see me. So it was really weird. You use OBS. You'll have to teach me about that if you don't mind. You know what? I'm totally with you on that. If it wasn't for the support system that we have with our friends, family, I wouldn't have the subscribers that I have now if it wasn't for my friends and you know, uh, my Discord friends that have become like family to me. That chat forum and people that I meet online are just so awesome. I mean, I just love them all. Um, you guys, smoke them if you got them. Take no offense to my smoking. I'm a smoker, especially when I'm nervous. OBS operating system. So that's got to be somewhere on YouTube because he was asking me to put some link in there, but I had the link and it just wouldn't go. I didn't have the option just to go live. So my sound is good. Show you my news microphone. That's as far as I can take. I have to be plugged into earbuds though to hear. You guys see it? I'm gonna wait till it shows up on my screen, which I'm not quite 5 minutes behind. Yeah, that's the one I got, Jams. Am I married? Of course. Aren't we all? I'm going to do the ceremony for Jams. He wants to marry himself, and I will go ahead and get myself ordained just to perform that ceremony for him. OBS Shinky. Okay. Okay. Maybe sometime like we can, because now I know you accepted my friend request in Discord. You can like talk me through it for the first time. I can hear the instructions, but I'm a hands-on type of person, so that way I can do it myself. And after a couple times, I should have it down. I'll take notes on what you're helping. And okay, let's see who we got in the room here. Got Obadiah. Kevin T, Jams TV, and Seeker. 22 years old and not date with girl before. You've never dated a girl before, ever? And you're 22 years old? Wow. Time to get your feet wet there, buddy. Get some courage up. Ask somebody out. Go out to dinner and a movie. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. Life is good. Life is really good. Okay, let's go back to the moon because I'm really freaking out because when I walked outside, I have a day moon again. I mean, we had a week of day moon and night moon. And I tell you guys, when we don't have the moon in the sky, when we have that time period that the moon is not in the sky, it's dark, okay? I mean, is the other side of the world like pitch black at night? What's going on? Oh, I'm so sorry. Religion and family traditions. Okay. I understand that. I too have a religious upbringing myself. And so, you know, it is what it is. But, those are those filters that we put in our mind that we say, touch not, do not, we gap ourselves from it. And um, it's not true. It's not true. You're sovereign, you're beautiful, you deserve to be respected. Um, you what I've noticed is you can tell people this is a good tool for discernment, guys. Um, you can tell which God people serve by the way they behave. So if they're judging and, critiquing and needling at people, well, they're still under that judgmental God in the Old Testament. If they are, they accept you, they forgive you, but they're using discernment, that doesn't mean just because, you're under the new covenant, as the Christians would call it, that you have to sit there and tolerate somebody treating you like a doormat. You don't. You do not. You have the right to walk away. You have the right to say no. I talk about the books of life, and I talk about, I've heard the term non-participant players, background people, things like that. And, especially with this ME, affected community, that so many people see so many changes going on. It's mind boggling. And then they wonder why people can't see it also. And, one thing we have to take into consideration is that we all wake up in our season when it's, in our time, and we shouldn't want to take away from anybody's experience. Baxter, I think they can hear you chewing on your bone. Shh, be quiet. Okay, we don't want to take away from anybody else's experience. Think of this as the game of life. We're in a matrix, so to speak, and they're deep into forgetting who and what they are, and they are having these genuine experiences. It doesn't negate the fact that they are themselves, they have their own book of life. Let's say, okay, I talked about this on Scarab's live show. And, if in my book of life, I'm judging people, I'm not talking about discernment, guys. I'm talking about judging. I'm just saying, without even, I'm looking at them outwardly and I'm like, you're just disgusting. You're worthless. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I put that judgment in my book of life. Okay. And let's say I don't repent from it and I stick with that judgment. Well, when the time comes for reckoning, since I've got that judgment in my book, any other person that I would have considered a background person, less than me, or that I thought I was higher than or better than or anything, it doesn't even matter. If they had a judgment against me in their book of life, all those judgments are valid because in my book of life, I made judgments. I'm talking about the a video I did called Background People. It's actually 2 parts, and then there's another one that talks about Book of Life. And I'm just trying to give parables here to try to help people understand. Organized religions are right now, me personally. How is that for judgment? What? What's IRK? I did do a video that's probably going to ruffle some feathers called Christianity. Is it a religion or a way of life? And I do think that as soon as it becomes a corporation and it becomes all about the money that they, and they are actually a business, an untaxable business, mind you, that's unfair because we're all paying our bills. And we pay our taxes, but then people are coming in and donating and they're paying the bills there, and then they don't have to pay any taxes. Huh? Oh, annoying. Okay. And I can see why. I went through that very same state. When this happened in 2012, I saw everything as backwards, inverted, upside down. So that should tell you, my mind was blown. And it just about drove me crazy because, everything was so inverted. I was like, what the heck is going on here? But as time has gone on and things have progressed, I've, gotten rooted and grounded in this new way of thinking. It's a renewing of our mind. And I know that the change that we're looking for starts within us. It is in our house. We get our house in order first, and then everything else starts to fall in place. The manifestations, miracles, so to speak, or things, they all start falling into place for you. And you're like, oh, why did I go so long without knowing this about me? And when you do, it's the best treasure, to get to know yourself through and through, who and what you are. Is the best treasure that you could ever find. That precious pearl, so to speak. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Hey, did you know that Caesar's face is on the penny? That Bible change, man. That one blew my socks off. Taker, did you share this? There's like 7 people in here. Or Jams, did you share this? Where are these people coming from? This is a test. Okay, I've been talking a lot about things I want to talk about. You guys got anything you guys want to talk about? No, you're that cool. I want to see your eyes. There was one time I popped on, I saw your beautiful blue eyes. And then immediately after you put your sunglasses on, I'm like, really? Come on, Jams. Take your shades off every once in a while. Let us see those baby blues. Yeah. Yeah, Seeker, you want to pop on? You have a Google account? You have a Googly account? You can just show up as your little emojicon and just speak. You want to come on and share? You got something to share, or if you want to share, just in here about development self. Yes. Gotta go buy that on pay-per-view. Oh, Jams. To see your eyes, I gotta go pay for that on pay-per-view. Really? I know that my background isn't, fancy or anything. I'm in my garage. I don't smoke in my house. So, you guys, you get the tablecloth until I get better equipment. But at least you can see my eyes. That's one thing about making the videos outside. The background is beautiful, but my glasses tint down so that nobody can see my eyes. Ah, you won't come on though. I want to hear your story. But okay, you know what? That we can do that in uh private because I do want to talk to you, Seeker. I have some things I want to talk to you about because you're an amazing woman, and I really think that you could help me out. But I'm going to tell you, it's okay to say no. It is okay to say no. I will not get upset or anything because I totally understand, that people are busy and have their lives going on and other things. So I'm gonna smoke one. I want Jams to come on a live stream with me. I'm planning on, maybe making these a part of maybe a Tuesday evening, either, live at 5 in Pacific Standard Time, and then, of course, follow across the globe, whatever time that would be for them, either every Tuesday or every other Tuesday, and have just a short group, small group of people, 3 maximum. Try to keep it under an hour. Hear what's going on in other people's lives, and just sharing and growing and getting to know each other. Ooh, okay. Or just set up a new Googly account and pop on in. Can I talk about myself? What do you want to know? What do you want to know about me? I've been sharing about my journey, uh, my testimony, popping out the other side, realizing the divine in each and every person. The very breath of life that animates me is the same that animates you. How we're all equal in this. We're all at different stages of the game. And, with that said, it's a personal endeavor for each and every person. And it's a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing. I do feel like we are coming into a new time as we see that a lot of people are awakening and realizing who and what they are. And it's an amazing time to be alive. It's just an amazing time to be alive. Anything to know me better. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much bearing out some pretty personal information. I waited a very long time to speak up. I wanted to get through the transition period because, uh, I felt that, okay, in the beginning, in 2012, when what I would call Holy Spirit baptism, because of my background, these gifts were stirred up within me. But I had a problem. I had a huge problem at that time. I had that I'm special, I'm selected, I'm chosen. Okay. And if I would have spoke out at that time, I would have come out like a harsh taskmaster. I fell under a harsh taskmaster who said that they were connected. Um, and I didn't, there was a lot of filters in my mind at that time. So I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I wanted to be far enough along to understand who and what we all are, and to realize the uh, divinity, or the very breath of life that God gives each and every one of us in everybody else before I was able to come out and share with you guys. Um, to know me better, well, before this happened in 2012, let's go back a little farther than that. I've been in 2 very serious motor vehicle accidents. One when I was 15 years of age. I believe I had a near-death experience, especially after I found out. I saw a lot of things, and the type of surgery that I had to have, they have to actually slow your blood so that it is not pumping because of where the surgery had to be. I would bleed out immediately, and it would have been awful. Okay, so that explained why I saw some pretty crazy stuff then. And then in 2006, I was hit by a drunk driver and I had my back and my neck broken. So I had to have surgery there, which has caused much grief. Um, and I'm going to do a testimony video on in 2012 where I was at. I was heading into, I have a scooter chair. I was immobilized. I was going, and that was the direction I was walking with the cane. And now I'm walking on both feet, no gait in my walk. I almost had to have surgery last October. I stepped away from things and ended up now. I got a phone call, got tens of thousands of dollars dropped onto my lap that I wasn't expecting to get. We built the swimming pool and it's really, really helped out. So, you know, it's just, and it's all in our perspective. It's just, you know, if I didn't think that I deserved it or had doubt in my mind, I wouldn't get it. So a lot of things is, you know, removing doubt. And I try to give people tools to remove doubt, self-empowerment, sovereignty, seeing the beauty within yourself. And I have learned a lot about myself in this journey. And that's, you know, everything has to start with us. You know, we can't change other people. We can't try to force other people to change or bend to our will. The only person we have any say-so over on changing is ourselves. So, hey, Ted, how you doing? Having tea? Eager? So did that answer your question to let you know a little bit about myself? So I'm a testimonial to that this journey, you know, is well worth it. Life gets better and better every day. Revelations come every single day. And the synchronicities, oh my gosh, you guys, let's get into synchronicities. Yesterday I went and picked us up some food and the total was $14.44. You know, I see the 111s, 222s, 333s. I get woke up, you know, at 222, 333, 444. It's just, it could drive you crazy. Seeing the, you know, the only time I seem to look at the clock is when they're all lined up, all in digital order. I see the 1111s a lot. I was mostly seeing the stuff on my clock, and now I'm seeing it everywhere. And, you know, I asked a pastor about 2014. And, you know, because I thought, you know, he would have some profound wisdom to give me on this. Why am I seeing all these numbers? What's going on with me? You know, now he verified that the language that I was speaking was Hebrew. Now, I don't know any Hebrew, but apparently I was speaking Hebrew when I was in a prayer language. And I asked him about the number synchronicity thing. And he said, God's trying to talk to you. I'm like, what's he trying to say? And he's like, I don't know. That's between you and God. And I was like, oh, you're a big help. So I figured out, okay, this has to do with our individual, you know, walk, our individual seeking for that truth and pressing through. Have you felt that initial awakening moment more than once? Yes. Yes. It feels like, drunk in the spirit kind of feeling of that joy. Your cup runs over. I almost feel it daily now. When the huge aha moment happened in 2012, I thought, that's never going to happen again. And it was a few weeks, then it happened again. And then it just seemed to be, you know, as the further that I've moved along, the more I can stay in that walk. You know, you kind of fall back and forth. Some people call it 3D, 5D. And it is, you waver back and forth until you get solid footing. And once you've got your solid footing, you'll stay in that higher realm and you'll appreciate everyone around you. And you won't even give it another thought. I stopped seeing chemtrails in my skies. If you look at my videos, that was really shocking to me because I mean, I was almost seeing those daily and then they were gone. I was like, what? That's great. That's great. Loved it. Love it. I love to hear your journey there, Dad. If anybody wants to pop on, and come on, hey, you're welcome. Jump on in. I'm just doing a test on my new mic and testing out, how it'll sound. Scurbs invited me to come onto a ladies' night on his channel, and so we went and got a new mic so I don't sound so muffled and like I'm in a wind tunnel. Okay. You want me to eat you? Okay, hang on. Let me get you. Give me a second, guys. I'm up here all by my lonesome, so I'm gonna have to go here. Okay, I think that did it. It sent you an invite straight from here, so hopefully that works. And we'll see if you hop on in. Hey, you need to get out of YouTube jail, dude. It's time. It's time. Your time is up. Hey, Polar Bear Stare. I see you commenting on my videos. Love reading them. Love reading them. Okay, Seeker, I've had so many aha moments my whole life, revelations, epiphanies, awakenings, whatever you call them. I'm searching, but they feel amazing. Yes, they do, don't they? Oh my gosh, you feel like you're like walking on the clouds. Don't be trying to scoop on Seeker. I want to talk to her myself there, Dad. I know you got a lot more subscribers, but I like her. She's good. Yes. Yes. Shift in awareness. Changes in perspective. Jams, let me know if you got that email. Should probably look over here, huh? My owl. Can't believe there's this many people here. This early. It's early. I thought, okay, I'll do this super early and Seeker can sound check me. Do you? Yeah, she's awesome. She is awesome. I like Seeker a lot. I like her a lot. Mm-hmm. Sky watching. Yeah. Yes. And as we're all sky watching, that's what we were talking about earlier. I think probably before you came in. It seems like we've got the moon day and night now. So it's like, is it really dark on the other side? These moon cycles are crazy. Looks like we have a full moon for 3 or 4 days in a row now. The moon smiles at us. I'm like, oh my gosh, are we Alice in Wonderland? Looks like the Cheshire Cat. Okay, have you ever wake up from sleep in the midnight to check all person in your family is alive to almost years in your life every day sometimes? A lot of years. I don't think I'm understanding. Question. Are you asking if I dream about people that have passed on and then I wake up and wonder if they're passed on, if they're here? That happens. Of course. I dream about loved ones all the time. And then, think about now I look at this place and I think, okay, um, when people leave here, instead of being sad, we should celebrate because they graduated. They graduated Earth School. They left. They've learned. They've expanded. They've you know uh, been able to expand in their awareness, and then they move on to the next level, like leveling up. Seeker, you're obsessed with the sky. Nothing wrong with that. The signs in the sky. You guys think about this. We had the blood moons. Then we had that sign in the sky, that is talked about in the Bible. And then all these people are just popping up, you know. It has to do with the changing of the time, the earth cycles out of Pisces, which is duality, and into the water bear Aquarius, into knowing. It's a beautiful thing. Why has Jams not come on here yet? What's his problem? Is he still in the room, Seeker? When you type in his name, does he show up that he's still in the chat stream? You will translate on Google? Where are you from, Obadiah? Did you get the email, Jams? Oh, man, really? That's frustrating. Frustrating. Soon, my friend, as soon as you get out of YouTube jail, we'll do this. We'll do this together. It'll be fun. You're very lighthearted, got a great sense of humor, and yeah. You're still trying. Awesome. Okay. All right. Okay, polar bear stare. I've seen the dead. Can't get my head around what's going on up there. Oh, wow. Okay, that was addressed to dead GPK, so I'll let him have his conversation. You're from Iraq. Okay, I will translate the last message that you didn't understand. Okay. So are you in Iraq now, or are you here in the States? Yes, I smoke, guys. But you know what? Once you realize that there's nothing here that could hurt you, it's all good. I like my cigarettes and I like my Dr. Pepper. Some people like coffee. Wow. Wow. Do you guys ever wonder if when we're sleeping that's real life, and when we're awake this is the dream? Hmm? Yeah, I have noticed that too. It's like the people that that would be considered the unredeemable, they got these flaws, or character flaws, whatever. They're the ones that are affected. They're the ones that are seeing the changes. They're the ones that are springing up. It's amazing, isn't it? I've noticed that too. Um, and we don't put judgments on people. You know, I'm not going to judge somebody for smoking. It's their body. You know, and once you realize that there's nothing here that can hurt you, um, you know, it's in our head. You know, what's in our mind. We set up the determinations. We set up the borders there. We set up the boundaries. So if you realize that smoking is not going to hurt you, well, I don't have the smoker lips. I don't have the wrinkles. I don't have any of that stuff because smoking doesn't hurt me. I don't have the smoker's cough. I don't have any of those. But people that believe those things can happen to them, it happens to them. So it's all when we're talking about repent or renewing of the mind, it's a renewing of your mind. You realize that you're your own worst enemy. So you stop manifesting those things for yourself. Yes, I emailed it to you. You want me to send it again? Hold on. Yeah, good deal. Invite. There we go. Invitation posted is what it says. It should send you the link in the invite. Hold on. I'll copy the link and send you an email separately. I'll send it from my Googly. There. What am I in? Oh, that's okay. It's gonna come up with some weird different one, but that's still me. Okay. Coffee too. Yeah, get your coffee in, get your pop, get your smokes, chill out for a little while. How long have I been on here? Oh, 53 minutes. Oh my gosh. Been on here for a while. Oh, you guys have any questions? My sound is good. You guys want to do live streams more often? Have a few of you guys pop in here with me. It naturally fills all those receptors. Yes. Who are you trying to quit, Seeker? Smoking? Drink coffee? Caffeine? What? Yeah, Kevin, you know, there was a period that I went through that I felt like I was lifting off, and actually smoking kept me grounded. You know, you hear about there's a bunch of people made videos like, "Did I die? Oh my gosh!" You know, and there is a certain point you wonder, wait a minute, did I die? Where am I? We feel so foreign, and the smoking was a constant, and it helped keep me grounded. So uh, I'm not going to sit there and judge harshly on something that helped get me through a very difficult time. And I'm going to say, you guys, it's not an easy thing. That's why I didn't talk about it for so long. There's so much that's going on, so many filters, so many things that I had in my mind over this long period of time that I've been walking this earth that had to be removed and renewed before I could come out and, you know, even be comfortable talking to other people about it. And quit smoking, just ate more. Yeah, that happens too. Do you think it's because food tastes better? You know what? People say if you smoke, food doesn't taste as good. But I'll tell you what, food still tastes really good. As you can tell. It likes me food. Seeker, stop. Yeah, there are people that think smoking is not good. And I'm going to tell you, if you think that smoking is not good, then you should not do it, because you are self-condemning, and you will have a bad reaction. It will react out on you. So, you know, as a man thinketh, so shall he be. So, you know, those are powerful words to live by. If you think that something you're doing something and it's not going to hurt you, it's not going to hurt you. If you think something that you're doing is going to hurt you, it is going to hurt you. It's almost like a self fulfilling prophecy.
I think I found y'all.
Oh my gosh, we got the jams in the house.
Is my
Hang on,
camera on?
hang on, honey. I got to go over to the other one. I'm watching the. No, you're a blue head.
All right, give me a minute.
Okay, minute's up.
That was a quick minute.
So apparently the email was better than sending it straight through. So okay,
It wouldn't let me open it in Firefox. I had to open it in
Chrome,
Chrome.
Chrome. Yeah, yeah. That's why I've got the window open so I can see the chat is in another browser, but I'm on Chrome on the Hangouts.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with my camera. You can hear my microphone, right?
Oh yeah, you're clear as a bell.
Okay.
I turned my camera off. Ah! I don't want to offend anybody that feels that smoking is something that is bad for them. So as to not to offend, I will not smoke in front of somebody that has that kind of thing going on with them, because as powerful of manifestors that we are, we can actually we do send energy out to other people. It is a dance.
Okay,
Now,
there.
the impact can be, you know, it's more significant on ourselves. I talk about that in another video too, about, you know, karma, why it's 3 times, 7 times, 10 times, because the feelings that you're manifesting up inside of yourself, you're doing more damage to yourself. Now the other person can feel that impact, but it's just like a soft blow to them. So if you have 100 people judging you, you're going to feel that, but you'll feel it if you're judging somebody, and, you know, whatever anger or jealousy or whatever's rifling up in you, you're going to feel that, you know, that karmic thing, because it would take 100 people to make that same effect that you can have on yourself. And I'm going to hand the floor over to Jams, because I got another voice in the room. Yay!
Okay, yeah, well, I'm good about bad karma, 'cause karma must hate me, because it always comes around to get me. So I've been trying to do a lot of good here lately, though, so karma don't come back and get me. I got to pull up the room real quick because I got something going on here. I'm still having a couple technical issues that I'm trying to work out, um, because now I don't know where the chat is, or like I don't know what happened.
I have to open it in a separate browser.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. So just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Nothing wants to go my way today. apparently.
Hey, you're on. You haven't been able to get. You've been in YouTube jail. Now you're alive.
Yeah, I'm alive. I broke out.
You broke out because yeah, you're the one. You go straight to live and not able to do a hangout with other people. And guess what? We found a loophole. We found a
Yeah.
loophole.
Yeah, I skip over Google and I stream right from OBS and it streams it right to YouTube. But the way they have me blocked is any Google I can't use unless I make a new Google account.
And those are so easy to make.
Yeah, they're free, so it ain't like they can keep you locked up forever.
That's
I need
right.
um I still got to pull up another page though. I don't have the chat up. I don't because I have it open now and I have it open in Chrome and I have it open in Firefox. So um I do not know what's going on here. I'm just going to open another page in Chrome and it'll be just easier for me.
Whatever you need to do, just do it.
It's weird because I can hear you, but you're not like the YouTube page is not on my computer. It's weird.
I know it's not on mine either.
All
I
right.
see you on Chrome. I have to open it up on a separate window, and then I got to get used to the delay. So
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing you. I'm hearing you on
Hangouts.
Hangout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
You're
should
hearing
be
me.
seeing you. I should be seeing you technically probably on YouTube. Let me pull up the other one. At least pull the chat out.
Yeah, you'll see us on YouTube. Just mute it because we're delayed.
Okay. Let me shut this for 1 second and pull up another window.
I'm not alone anymore.
Okay, let's see. Okay, what am I doing here? All right, let me see. Let me sign out of that. Okay, I'm still with you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're still in Hangouts with me. Are you streaming this on yours too? I don't even know if that's possible. Is that possible? Can you hear me, Jimmy? Can you hear me, Jimmy? Oh, okay. The jams just fell out. We're going to have to wait for them to come back. Get your butt back in here. I think when he was trying to get back to the YouTube page, he fell out of the Hangouts. But now he knows how to make his way back in. I'm sure he'll be right back. My mic's not off, then. I turned my mic off uh, on purpose for a moment. I don't know what you mean by I should be owner. That better? Hey, Mountain Cat. Talk about some sky videos. Man, that woman makes some awesome sky videos. I highly recommend you guys subscribe and watch the stuff she puts out. Yeah, I what I did was I'm on two separate browsers, and I don't like to mess with fate by trying to have both of them signed into the same account. So I could read the chat, through the other one and not have, two browsers fighting with each other. But I'm trying it. We'll see if it kicks me out. See if it has an issue. And Jimmy's still trying to hop through hoops to try and get in. So, Mountain Cat, you're just goofing around. Me too. I came on here, asked Seeker to come on and listen to my new mic and see how it sounds, and test the quality and stuff. And we just ended up rolling into a conversation. So, how's everybody doing this morning? This wonderful Tuesday morning. I had to put my yappy dog in the house, otherwise she just barks and barks and barks. I got a little Pomeranian, and then I have my Brundle Pit, and the little Pomeranian bosses around the Brundle Pit. I don't think they realize their size differences. She's all tiny and bossing him around, and he's like all big, and like if he just opened his mouth, he'd swallow her whole. But he puts up with her. All right, guys, you guys want to keep this going for a little longer, or as I was saying earlier, for anybody that's coming new, is I'm thinking about possibly doing a live stream either every Tuesday evening or every other Tuesday, with a small panel, maximum of 3 people, and for an hour. Try to keep it at an hour, and get to know everybody. As the channel's growing, get to know everybody, and
Okay, I made it.
And he's back, and have a personal relationship with you guys, because this is what I'm doing here. I'm wanting to get to know what everybody else has got going on with them. And ooh, that's my dog. Hold on, that's my pit. You guys can tell he's definitely got something going on. Jimmy, take over while I check this out.
All right, I got it. So what's going on, guys? I'm taking over the show so her dog don't eat nobody. What kind of dog? I wonder what kind of dog she got. It sounds big. So, I got it where I can see the chat now. How's everybody doing today out there in YouTube land? I've been on house arrest from YouTube, so let me pull this chat so I can completely see it over here. See what y'all are up to. Strange sun pics. Yeah, I was talking about the sun earlier, that I was watching a video and they were talking about the sun is not actually even hot. That the sun is lit up through cold fusion, and it goes back to like the Chris Cornell song, Black Hole Sun. Jams, great video on Andre the Giant. Thank you, man. Thank you. That was Ronnie the Rat. He came up with that video concept. It wasn't even me. So Actually, it was James that came up with the Mandela Effect for the Andre the Giant video. He's like my director. He just gives them to me and I make the videos. In your back, was it a killer or was it the mailman?
My dog just I think it was a kitty. But I'll tell you guys, I just got done saying how my Pomeranian bosses around my pit bull, right? And she doesn't realize that, if he opened his mouth, he could swallow her up. And then you guys heard his voice. he's he's my protector. I'll tell you what, there's nobody gonna come in after me. I don't need any weapons or anything. I got my dog.
Yeah, he sounded big. He sounded big. I got two little dogs. I got a little Boston Bull Terrier. She's behind me snoring.
I got my little Pom. Now I had to put her in the house because she likes to talk a lot, and all you guys would hear is yip 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 yip, yip, and then she drives me crazy. But it's funny to watch them interact with each other because she's so small, but she's so bossy to him, and she just and he listens. It's like, do you not realize that he could swallow you in one bite?
Yeah, I had pit bulls for a long time. I originally had pit bulls, and then I don't know, something got to me, and I said I'm going to switch over to small dogs. So now I got like I got my Boston Bull Terrier, which she's great. She's like the best dog ever. And then I got a pug, and I swear to God, it does not understand English at all. It is the craziest dog. He makes the weirdest noises. He sounds like a gremlin, you know. He barks at everything that moves. He barks at everything that don't move. He just barks constantly.
Isn't that what they're for?
So
Love them. Gotta love them.
I gotta adjust my TV a little bit. Hold on. I wasn't quite prepared to break out of YouTube jail.
Well, it looks like we broke you out, so I'm happy. I'm happy about that. Wonder if we could break you out on your regular Chan Chan, your
Yeah.
Jimmy Jams, your I know you've got your backup one going, but uh, your regular channel,
Yeah, Jams TV.
Jams TV.
Um, this account's called Jams TV 757 is the one I'm using to break out of Google. I mean, I don't know if they know you can make a free account. What is the point of blocking you anyway? You just make another account. But I guess it's to mess up you and your subscribers. It's like that punishment. Like I can't live stream to my subscribers. I can live stream at another channel, but I can't live stream to my subscribe. I can't even talk. Subscribers.
It's early. we have to get our caffeine.
Yeah, I got up way too early. I got up at like 6 in the morning.
I
My
got up
cat is
at
black.
4.
My hubby's cat is a little leopard baby. I'm allergic to cats. I have a cat, but it's an outdoor cat, and I can't pet it. But it's love from a distance.
Aww. I like cats and dogs. I like all animals. I just love animals. Just so sweet. They're
So,
pure love. Animals are pure love. So
so you was going on about karma. So what was it about karma that you was trying to get out there earlier? I was listening to you. I was
yeah,
kind of caught up in getting cut off.
Jimmy. I thought you watched my videos.
I do watch the videos. I try to watch everybody's videos. So there's a whole list that I got to go through and watch, and I only got so much time in a day.
I understand that. It is hard to run your channel, keep up, and I know it's like a juggling act.
So I do try to catch as much as I can when I'm on and I'm not live. I'm usually watching somebody or watching some videos or digging for stuff to make another video on. So it gets a little hectic.
Okay, let's get back into the karma. All right. This is what I've learned about karma. Like if you get angry or upset with somebody and you hold that resentment and that anger festers up within inside of you, it's an uncomfortable feeling that you're having going on inside of you, right? And we also reflect that out energetically. But as we're feeling that, it depends on how long you hold on to it. It's okay to get upset, but let it go quickly. You don't hold on to it. You hold on to anger with somebody for a week, you're doing 3 times the damage to yourself than the soft impact that you're directing. Because we do an energetic dance. We can send energy and we receive energy from each other. So you're angry with that person and the energy's, going towards them. A lot of times we'll use words and it'll raise up anger or whatever within that other person or hurt that other person. And that also does the damage too, also, plus what you're sending them. But if you hold that for a few days, you're doing 3 times the damage to yourself than you would ever do to the person that you're angry with. If you hold on to that anger for a week or 2 weeks or a month, you're doing 7 times the damage to yourself by just letting it fester in you. If you're mad at somebody and you've been mad at them since, for years, you just did 10 times the damage to yourself by holding on to that bitterness where you just let it go. Just let it go. Energy is a neutral. We're the ones that put it into motion. We can send it with a hug and a kiss out as a
Yeah.
positive, or we can send it out as a dark, needling, jealousy, vindictive type. So, and when you receive energy or you feel like somebody is mad at you, the best thing to do is give that energy a hug and a kiss and let it go. Because how can somebody stay mad? It'll be better for them karmically, and it definitely will be healthier for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to stay happy and positive about things. And I tell people one thing that helps me sleep at night is when I go to bed at night, I try to think about something positive right before I go to sleep. I think it helps my dreaming that I dream more positive things. And I believe that the energy you put out, you'll receive back. And if you're putting out bad energy, you're going to get bad energy back.
Yes, you got it. See, and you already knew that instinctively, and that's what I'm saying.
See,
We're
I didn't even need to watch the video.
No, you need to watch the video. But no, that's what I'm saying. We're becoming self-aware. The most important person that we're here to know is ourself.
Yeah, I'm starting to get to know myself. I've learned one thing over being on YouTube is I've learned to deal with a lot of different personalities. There's so many different personalities on YouTube, and I've learned a lot about myself from other people. I don't think people know how much I learn from them when they come into the rooms and stuff. I think I take away more from people that come in than they ever do from me. At least in the last 6 months.
You may think that, but actually, you could be feeding people more than you know.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
love your sense of humor. You've got that. I'm going to kill them with kindness. I'm going to kill them with
Yeah.
humor. I'm going to win them over with humor. You bring people's hearts up to a point of laughter. And that's always a good thing. It's a good trait to have, humor, laughter, best medicine. All these little sayings that we have, there's really something to them, guys. Because
Yeah.
laughter is like, it's amazing. It's the fountain of youth.
I hope so, because I want to live to at least be 300.
Yeah.
Modern medicine, technology.
300. I'm thinking we're all going to live to 1,000.
Oh,
You read in the Bible and they were like 900 something years old. What did they know that we forgot? Think
I don't
about
know. I don't know if I could take this roller coaster that long. I'll start to get motion sickness.
it. Well, it won't be a roller coaster though, because as you become, more self-aware, you go through your wilderness journey, whatever people need to, whenever they start it and they start going through the process, the gifts are stirred up into our remembrance. We start operating in those very things. The God-given gifts that we all have within us, whether they call them source, higher self, Gaia, all those labels, none of that matters. It just is about knowing yourself, knowing your own abilities, and then applying your abilities to your life. Now, at the same time as we're learning to use our own abilities, we need to also respect each other's sovereignty and not encroach our will over somebody else's. They have the very right of manifesting what they're wanting to experience. And we all have to respect that. And I talk about in the video series Background People and the Book of Life. We're all writing our books of life. And even if you think they're a background person and you're placing a judgment or something on them, be careful, because if you place a judgment, then any judgment that other people have on you will fall on your lap. And when we graduate from this place, we don't want all those books falling on our lap. We want to have our book be pure of judgment, that we're not judging anybody. So nobody else's books are opened up at, when you graduate to move on to the next level. Is
Yeah.
that, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm following you. Um, so what do you think about the whole collective consciousness that as a collective, what we think creates the reality that we live in?
That is done at the macro and the micro level. If you look around in the world right now, a lot of people, they're looking at it that there's like a huge separation going on. Like in the Bible talks about the wheat from the tares, and sheep from the goats, and all that. We're seeing a bigger gulf between good and evil, so to speak. All right. But what that's showing us is on the massive scale, what's going on in the micro scale. So a lot of people, it's being shown in our world with Mandela effects and synchronicities and all of these things going on. There's a lot of people in their wilderness journey of self-discovery and learning their very abilities, their capabilities that they have within themselves. And I got to tell you, when people start to resonate with their authentic self and are, instead of letting their subconscious run the world and they're conscious of what's going on, we could change this place overnight. I believe that. I believe that because in all of us, in our hearts, none of us want anyone to suffer or go without. We want everybody to have those basic needs of life. Um, and not only just their basic needs of life, we want them to have all their wants. We want them to have what their heart's desire is, what their passion is. We want them to be able to go after it. And instead of going to work and punching a clock and, doing a monotonous thing because you have to do it for a paycheck, people are going to enjoy what they're doing. The paycheck part, I don't even think there's going to be a monetary system soon. I think that's going to fall away. That's old system stuff. Old system stuff's going to fall away, and the new is going to come in as we are all rising to the occasion.
Well, you said something that kind of been tripping me out a little bit lately. At first I started noticing, little Mandela effects and changing, but now I'm noticing like crazy synchronicities. Like everything's just lining up. Like everything was meant to be this way, or it was supposed to happen. And like you'll say something, and then boom, that person pops up. It's like it's been going crazy like that. Just even this morning, um, I pulled up a video. I jumped on live. James came in. He said, "Man, did you just see the video that Scared put out?" And I had just pulled the video up. I mean, it was just like like we were directly in line with each other. Like, just weird, odd things happening like that. And I've been seeing that so much lately that I see it more than the Mandela effect now. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's like I don't know. It trips me out. Is the world? It's like it's meant to be, and everything happens, and it was meant to happen that way. Either of you made the choice or not.
Mm-hmm. I see something that Mountain Cat wrote in the chat, and she said, "If we ascend in our physical bodies, it looks like we are." And she's right. I'm seeing physical changes. People are looking younger. They're glowing. Our bodies are being changed, and that's one of the big Mandela effects too. We got a bigger liver. I guess we could drink more.
Yeah.
She's saying, we may not ever die, at least not for a very long time. And I think there's something to this, guys. I think, this whole process that we're going through is a complete renewing of our way of thinking and realizing that it was our mind, it was us, it was, the very essence that was given us, the gifts that we have within us was what was killing us. And we're coming into the age of knowing, and the gizmos and gadgets that we enjoy, the intelligence is going to exceed. It's going to this place is just, it's just going to get better and better. I know there's a lot of doom and gloomers. I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, this has to happen first, and all of these things. And I have to say, I don't see those kind of things anymore. I only see the beauty in things, and I only see things getting better and better for people daily. I mean, it's just, oh, it's
Well, I hope.
good. It's
Well, I
good.
hope so. Anyway, um, I hope
Hope is
everything
a good
gets
start.
better. I have a younger daughter, so when I'm gone, I hope the world's a good place, for the people we leave behind. Um, I just, the world's getting destroyed. People are fighting. People are at war. And then you think, is this planet going to be here forever? I see why people think the doom and gloom stuff, but I always try to think positive. I think when stuff starts to get bad, people will pull together and figure out ways to work out their problems. And, I don't think that the planet's going to end anytime soon. And with all the changes going on with our body, I'm glad we're going to live for longer because I want a few more years.
And you're going to have them. And I got to tell you, the only places that I ever saw like doom and gloom type things is when I was watching the news or things like that. In my daily life, I was not seeing those things. They would say something happened even in my own city. And I'd be like, what the heck are they talking about? That did not happen here. So, we need to be careful what we're feeding our mind, because what we're putting in, our eyes are the windows to our soul. And, if we're feeding it darkness, then yeah, that's what we're going to see projected out around. And we're going to project it out around. That's why they call them news broadcasting. They're wanting you to, create with your God given abilities what they're broadcasting out to you. I've asked people to fast away from news and the doom and gloom, anything that makes you feel small, and just look around at what's going on in your world. And I'll tell you what, people are taking videos of their skies. They're seeing these amazing anomalies. They're seeing, and I'm watching, like I said, Jimmy, I've seen people, they are glowing now. They look younger. I've heard that very same thing about myself. Somebody else said that every time they see me, I look younger and younger.
Your hair is glowing now.
Oh my gosh. Well, wait, it's like that flow. It's a different, and I gotta tell you, it's not an easy walk. Don't make fun of the walk because it's not an easy one. I find myself, I stumble, I fall back into the old paradigm a lot, but I find myself now living more in the new paradigm than the old. I was, when I started this in 2012, I was in the old paradigm, I was bouncing into the new paradigm. And that's where I felt this love embrace and these, really beautiful things. And then I'd fall back into the old paradigm. But as time is going on, I find myself walking more in the new paradigm than I do in the old. It's like the old one is just fading away. It's going into the distant history. And it's a great thing. It's a great thing. And it's not meant for a certain select chosen people. It's for everybody. Everybody. But it's your choice. Everybody has their sovereignty. And we have to respect everybody's sovereignty. If they are more into the doom and gloom stuff or seeing darkness around them, that's their right. They have that right to choose to live that lifestyle, to have that experience. It's not my choice to determine what you watch or what you look at. That's your
Yeah.
choice. That's your sovereignty. So
I
all I could do is give advice and
I've
tools.
been stopped watching the news because I think the news actually desensitizes you to violence. Like you see so much violence on the news that when you see it, it don't shock you. Like people's not shocked to violence anymore because, and they should be, but you see it so much in your world around you that you just don't. It's like flipping through a channel and you see some shot on the news, rape on the news. You don't even pay it much mind anymore. To where before that would have been a big deal. But people come desensitized to it and I've been done stop watching the news. That's why I tell my viewers, I like, if we get in a war and they shoot a missile at our country, let me know because I'll be the last one to know and I'll probably get blown up. So I try not to tend to watch too much TV
Yeah.
at all. But
Now
I
I
do. I
I
am a big
engross
fan
myself in
of
a
The
good
Walking
movie.
Dead, though. I do watch the zombies. I don't know why, but I got to watch my zombie shows.
I do like a good movie. I like getting lost in it. But see, my perception, I've changed my perception. That I'm choosing to get lost in that good movie. Have my heart, stretched open or to empathize or engage with it. But at the end of it, I know it's just a movie. Now you talk about violence and being desensitized. Well, I don't see the violence. And it's not that I'm desensitized to it, it's just not happening. You know, it's just, that we think that's what they're putting it out on the news, and we become desensitized. They said that about video game, they said that about rock and roll music. They, each generation they said the same stuff, same story, old paradigm stuff. Okay, it is a completely new way of walking, and you actually don't even encounter the violence. You don't encounter brutal people, and when you do, you respect their sovereignty, and you can discern at that point whether you're going to stay and engage and be around that person, or if you're going to discern that, okay, well, they're not really on my wavelength, and move on, because
Yeah.
everything is a choice. We all are sovereign, and I'm not wanting to trample on anybody else's experience. So people that come across my channel, I'm trying to give them the tools, and the things that I learned since the 2012, with every ditch I fell in, trying to throw them that rope so they don't get stuck in those same trenches. Because I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I didn't know which way was up. It was a very confusing time, and I popped out of the other end, and I feel great. And it's just getting better and better every day. It's just, it's an amazing thing, and
Well, that's
you can't explain it to people until they experience it themselves.
well,
It's one of those things.
it's great that you come up here and share your experiences with people, man. And your mic sounds good, and you're doing a really good job at it. So I enjoy watching it, and when I can catch it. Um, but it
Yeah,
is what it is.
most of them are videos. Most of them I'll just go, and I'll make a short little video, and you know and put it out there. And then when people do have time, they can go back to, when they have time. But this, the live stream thing, this is new. Playing with my new toys, and thinking about maybe doing one every Tuesday or every other Tuesday. Like I said, with a small panel, and like an hour long, and getting to know the people that are subscribing, because this to me is going to be more. I want to get to know where people are at. I want to have a relationship with them. And I
Yeah.
know that when the channel gets too big, you lose that. And while I'm still in the infancy, I want to get to know the core people. I want to get to know the people that are helping me to move along. I want to show the gratitude to each and every one of them for helping me, achieve this goal, which is, I have to say, this is a big step for me, because I'm very camera shy. And I'm not very comfortable, but it's like I'm getting more and more comfortable. I have a hard time looking at myself on camera. Now I'm learning to get over that. It's a big thing. I mean, you guys have no idea how much you're helping me overcome something in my life, and I want to show gratitude and get to know everybody that's in this big step with me.
I thought the same thing. The channel was my channel was doing okay, but when I really started to come live and communicate with people, it started to take off on another level. Because I wanted to get to know everybody too, because it's nothing wrong with getting to know new people, and you don't really get to. You can comment somebody that leaves you a message on a video, but you can't really sit down and talk to them and get to know them like you can when you're live. And I had never planned on doing the live stuff, but once I started to get to know people, I started to really enjoy it. Now I'm live all the time.
I know, I love it. I love waking up to you this morning, because I already had I had a dream last night, which that's where I get my information on what I'm going to put out, which I'm going to make that video. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to test out my equipment. I'm just going to go live. I'm going to see what happens. And Seeker popped into yours, which I am very, very fond of her. And I do want to talk to her later, because she's one amazing gal. She catches things, and that's why she's the wrencher. Um, and I have to say, hi, Magi. My owl is right here. He's in the
The
house
owl
with
is
us
still
now.
staring at me too.
That's Al's supposed to be staring at you. That's my magi. That's my, he
It's like
watches
some.
over me.
You ain't part of the Illuminati, are you?
Well, you know what? Okay, let's put this way. We are all a part of the Illuminati, as we are becoming illuminated.
Illuminated. There you go.
So
Okay.
we're all on this path of ascension. I don't care if they had this big secret all this time. Guess what? The cat's out of the bag, guys.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We're
We're
all
letting it all hang out. We're
we
telling
lighten up
everybody.
with you.
And we're telling everybody.
Long as I don't end up in a FEMA camp, we're all right.
um, see that? Oh my God! See, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, Jimmy, we're gonna have to spend some time. You know what? You are in. I know you took my friend request. I'm gonna send you some links for some chat forums that I think would benefit you greatly, my friend. I'll tell you, there's some awesome people that any kind of fear or confusion, you hide it with humor, and that's okay. That's good. Laughter is the best medicine. But there, you'll be amazed, and you'll look back at yourself and say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I thought that way." Now I know. And when you know that you know that you know, it's like, oh my gosh, it's such a whole different way of looking at things, whole different perspective, whole different lease on life. You won't ever have to worry about being in YouTube jail anymore because that just won't happen. It just won't happen anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever
Because
keeps me out of YouTube jail, I'm good with.
that's great. I love it.
So definitely shoot me them links. And look, I'm gonna get ready to jump out of here. I got some stuff I gotta take care of. But it was awesome sitting down and getting to chat with you. And it was a little bit of work to get up here, but it was well worth it.
Thank you. And Mountain Cat says, I have a golden aura.
I said the same thing, that you was glowing.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So
You guys see it glowing?
so be good. So be good, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your day.
You too. You too. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
No problem. Bye bye, guys.
Bye, sweetie. I'll shoot you those links. Okay, it's just me again, guys. I want to thank you guys for coming on and checking out my new equipment and everything. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. The Wonderful Magi was on my live stream that I did for gratitude. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. And yeah, guys, I will talk to you guys soon. I am going to make a video and then I will be in the chat forum. So I'm looking forward to talking to my buddies. Seeker, thank you so much. I appreciate all your help. Talk to you guys soon.